I'd like to introduce Dr. Lawrence Watson briefly to talk a little bit more about ASIC.
It's a great pleasure to be back in India again.
Welcome.
My second home. I always enjoy my visits here, and this particular visit's got off to a really good start. I'm so impressed, as Lee was saying, by the ethos we detailed on the visit to the hospital in particular. There's a sense of commitment which I think is running through the Alchemist group, which we don't always encounter. And I think that's a really encouraging factor. It means whatever problems you encounter in the future, I'm sure you'll tackle them as a team and you have one objective in mind. So I feel really enthusiastic about what we're doing. Just to reinforce something Lee said, although I'm a chief inspector, I'm not a policeman. By that I mean the accreditation, the inspection, the accreditation, I think is just part of the process of being engaged with ASIC. I look forward to a fruitful relationship over many years where we will look at ways in which we can work together, ways in which we can help and develop. This is an extremely interesting time in education in India and worldwide. So many things are changing. I think we can play a role in assisting you in finding appropriate intellectual partners. We can make sure that the courses and the qualifications you deliver are well understood worldwide. This is particularly research interest of my own, and I'm playing a part in that. I've been thinking of the situation in India at the moment. At long last, the national qualifications framework seems to be taking shape. The national skills standards in vocational education are now being taken seriously. And I believe there's an opportunity, perhaps through our work, to look at another issue I feel passionately about, which is improving mobility within education. So the fact that you start in one part of the system in India doesn't mean you're trapped there for the rest of your life. That in fact, working together we can find ways to bring both horizontal and vertical mobility into the educational system. I have a particular interest, as Lee knows, in teacher education. How important this is in developing countries and progressive countries. And I think India's historically had a problem with teachers, particularly in the primary sector, but to some extent in the secondary sector as well, being undermotivated, feeling they're trapped at the level in their profession, there's nowhere for them to go. I would like to see the Alchemist group playing a part in teacher education, how that's going to do this. There's a huge amount of work to be done there. One of the things that really delighted me was to discover that the Alchemist group is going to involve itself in school education, as well as college education and higher education, because they all need to be linked together. And some of the old barriers and prejudices that kept them apart, not just in India but in the UK as well, it's time they came down and that we find ways to come up with solutions to that. These are the sort of things that ASIC we look forward to working with you to tackle as partners. Perhaps they the word consultancy was used, but it doesn't matter what it's called. I think partnership really sums it up extremely well. Personally, I look forward to being involved with you. I'm looking forward to the next few days. As Lee said, we'll be probing, but we'll be constructive. Our belief has always been to help people achieve what they want to achieve and to do what they do better. And if we can bring to you things we know that are going on in the UK and other countries that we consider to be relevant, we could mention it to obviously make the decision. Thank you very much again for allowing us to be here and setting up this very nice occasion this evening. I know it was touched upon earlier, but it's a huge amount of work involved in preparing for one of these inspection visits. I think some of our inspectors take it for granted. But I've been involved on the other side of the fence in the past, preparing for major months and months of hard work go into it. You're never quite sure if you've done the right thing until the last minute. I appreciate all of this.